game club can put forward 4 names from their club as their team, and we're going to run a tournament called Poker Wars, which will basically be home games battling it out amongst each other. And the best team, like, we're going to send in a Poker School Online, obviously. We're going to put in a team. I'm going to put in a team from my home game club. Maybe the live training club could have a team of live trainers. We'd also be sending out invites to the likes of the Tankers, the Anzac Club, all to put forward a team of names, and we'll all battle it out in one tournament, and just for fun and just for bragging rights. I'm just definitely going to raise that up. Yeah, just for fun and just for bragging rights, and we're going to call this Poker Wars. So stay tuned for an announcement on that. We'll make an announcement on that in the home games forum at Poker School Online sometime early May, I guess. It sounds like a lot of fun, and should be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. A Fistful is all in here with King Jack offsuit, gets called by Steve Isnot with Ace 4, and so we lose a Fistful. So good game, A Fistful. Don't forget to send on that karma dollar, and now it's up to you, Steve Isnot. It's up to you, my friend, to ship it on. But you can decide, you don't have to ship it on at this tournament. You can decide to set up your own home game club tournament, or do it whatever way you want. Yeah, the buck's on you, Steve. We're on the money bubble too. We're now 4-handed. Larassi gets snap called here by myself with... He has 7-8, but unfortunately it doesn't hold, so we lose Larassi from Serbia on the bubble. Good game, my friend. Unfortunate that you went out there on the bubble, but we do thank you for stopping by, and we do thank you for taking part. It's great to have you on board, and I appreciate that you took the time to come and play. And so now we have our 3 finalists, 3-handed. This is just for bragging rights now, who's going to take down Razor's $1 bounty for this week. Myself, I guess, is the clear favourite, with a big stack of 28k. Steve Isnot is second in chips on 16k, while Techman has just about 8,600 chips. Blinds at 700, 350, but going up again in less than 1 minute to 800, 400, with an ante of 100. So things can change pretty quickly. Steve is not min raising here on the button. Will Techman decide to come over the top and shove all in? And decides to wait for a better spot. Now on the button we get a 3x raise by myself, which is would indicate strength. It's a pretty hefty raise when we're 3-handed. Gets called by Steve Isnot. Myself, Steve Isnot decides to check call. Myself fires again on the turn and the river. And it ends up being a split pot. Okay, so kind of bluff action going on there between Steve Isnot and myself, and it's a fair outcome. The dude chopped the pot. Ace high could take down this hand now that the second 6 comes out on the river. Yeah, there's a good call. Ace high it was, took it down, so myself takes down another pot. This board comes down 4 of spades, ace of clubs, check check, 6 of clubs and a 7 of clubs come down to the turn and river. And myself is running well. Shows Jack 7 offsuit, takes down another pot. That last hand there, Steve is not gets a walk. This time Techman 180 on the button. All the way from Canada with the shortest stack at the table. Decides to limp in and now gets pushed to the test from myself, who decides to make a huge raise. This definitely would make a Techman pot committed, so you're either going to fold here or you're going to just ship it all in, I guess. Just decide to fold. So yeah, back just to typing into the Twitch chat there. Just good game, Rossi, all the way from Serbia. Now we have myself on the button, who decides to limp in. And this time Techman 180 returning the favour with pocket kings. And can you believe it, the Jack comes on the river to give myself 2 pair on the river and bust out Techman's 180 with his pocket kings. How cruel can poker be sometimes? But good game. Good game to Techman 180. And nice hand myself. So okay, we're heads up now between myself and Steve is not. Myself has more than a 2-to-1 chip lead over Steve. Well, 1 or 2 hands could easily change that, depending on how much run good Steve is not going to have today. But in the last half hour of this tournament, it looks like that myself is having all the run good. But the good luck can only last for so long. It can't last forever. And there we have another chop pot. Both players in this hand seeing the flop for the minimum price possible. Flop comes down pretty dry. 4, 6, 9. And Steve is not puts in a c-bet and takes it down uncontested. This flop is a bit wetter with it's a paired board with also straight and flush draw possibilities. Also possibilities for a house. If anyone's got pocket 7s, I guess. Myself checking on another dry flop here. Steve is not checking back. This could go check check. And it does. Myself taking the pot down with Queen 4 shown. Okay, so we are heads up, so it's kind of like it's an any 2 card game at this stage. I know if I was Steve is not, that's probably what I'd do. I'd just get it in good with them. Like any 2 cards of. So I think I'd be getting it in there with all my ace rags. I'd be getting it in there with all my king jacks, queen 10s, that kind of stuff. We could see the end of the tournament here in this hand. Steve puts in a big bet. Myself repops him. Steve is not would have to just shove all in here if he's going to call this bet. Hard to know what myself could have had there. He could have had a 6, of course, to give him the straight, or he could have had a flush draw. Steve is not now deciding to go for it. And the limits, blind levels have jumped up again. We're now at 1,000, or sorry, we're now at 1,200, 600 with the, oh no, sorry, We're now at 1,500 with a 125 ante. Steve is not all in here with 10-5, gets called by Queen 2, and that's it, it's game over. Steve is not finishes in second place, and our winner today is myself with all the zeros. I don't know how many zeros that you have. Well done, and congratulations on winning Razor's $1 bounty for today, the 12th of April. And thanks for stopping by. We'll see you all next week again, folks. Thanks to all the players that showed up to play tonight. I'm going now to ship that $1 Karma Buck to a Fistful. I'm sure he's already shipped it on to Steve Is Not by now. And Steve Is Not, mate, it's on to you then to come up with a way to shift it on to somebody else. And congrats to myself with all the zeros for taking down the tournament today. And we'll see us all again next Sunday for another Razor's $1 bounty. Take care, folks.